I think now, Blake, I think we preview one of the biggest events in Kansas City history that's coming up February 6th. It's called FAC 12. It's called Looking for a Fight.
It's called Dana White's Looking for a Fight at FAC 12 here in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yep.
At the Silverstein, former Silverstein, now.
Formerly of?
What is it now? It's the, I forget. I've grown up with it as the Silverstein Arena. Now it's the, the broadband. No.
Cable Dahmer.
Cable Dahmer Arena. Sorry, Cable Dahmer. You didn't pay us enough to get your name right.
Like I said, fuck.
But no, so that's going to be a good one. We're going to be there. We were just at FAC 11 with everybody. All of the previous fighters that we have had on the show who have been so gracious enough to bless us with their time and to let us interview them. Shout out to Jeff Molina, Mike Davis.
Yeah. So,
Josh Friend. David Onama. I mean, we've had a litany of guys on this show.
Friend came in town because he's a Steelers fan and he watched the Chiefs game.
Yeah, so was he at the game? Did he watch that beatdown? I was at that game. It was a absolute mauling. I didn't know.
You know,
I didn't look at his Instagram.
Leads me into a question I wanted to ask you. Who's your local fighter of the year?
Local fighter of the year, somebody who's not been on the UFC roster.
I think it can be. You know, we've had
we've
had
many
Mike
guys.
Breeden,
Yeah,
we've had,
that's hard. We've had Mike Breeden,
Mike made it to the UFC.
We've had Mike Breeden,
David Onama,
Jeff Molina. We've had
Jeff Grant.
Dawson had that killer last second win come from behind.
Yep.
I mean, Isaac Dulgarian, somebody who's not in the UFC, but bet your bottom dollar he will be here in the next 6 months. Like after, if it's not, I mean, the fact that he's not already.
If he wins what we're about to talk about, this upcoming fight, good chance Isaac Dulgarian gets in. But we don't know.
Local fighter of the year. I think I'm gonna. Maybe that's what I'll backtrack, and I think I'll give local fighter of the year to Jeff Molina. I'll give that one to Jeff.
That's a good answer.
Because Jeff had 2 extremely impressive wins in the UFC. Local guy here at Glory MMA. Not only gave us an amazing interview, but also put on spectacular fights within the ring. Like I said, broke a couple different records while he was in the ring. Significant strikes per minute, plus most strikes landed, I believe, in a contest for the
Orochi Lang.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and give him fighter of the year. But somebody who was in
local
a close... Yeah, local fighter of the year. Somebody who was also close was Julian Marquez. Julian Marquez had a sick anaconda at the last second on his opponent. So,
and
all the Glory guys have been doing so well.
He had a scheduled fight against Jordan Wright, but that fell through because they could weigh in issues. Isaac's a good choice. Nyle Bartling's a good choice, and he's
true.
We'll talk about his injury in a second. For FAC
the shotgun dandy, baby.
But I think Marshall Kemp is my fighter of the year because Marshall Kemp, 2021, started off his pro career. Imagine starting off your pro career, and you're just reeling off back to back to back to back. 4-0 to start your pro career. Marshall Kemp, baby. And he's fighting top guys, too. So he is on this card on FAC 12 looking for a fight. And he's fighting Ken Beverly. Ken Beverly is the guy that fought Mike Breeden. Yeah. And that win sent Mike Breeden to the UFC. So Marshall Kemp, if he beats Ken Beverly, you're talking about I don't like talking about Ken Beverly as if he's a stepping stone. I'm saying that he is a great prospect.
Formidable opponent.
A great prospect himself. If you beat Ken Beverly, you got a good chance of going to the UFC, and you're only 5-0. Brings me to Isaac Dulgarian, 4-0. Just like Marshall Kemp, not a lot of guys that are 5-0, if they win, go to the UFC. You're not 5-0 and in the UFC. Impossible. Unless you dominate your opponent on the regional scene. Marshall Kemp has faced no adversity. Isaac Dulgarian has faced 0 adversity. He's absolutely dominated, dismantled, destroyed every single opponent that has stepped into the octagon. Isaac Dulgarian, over all competition, including his amateur career, is, I believe, 8-0. He's 8-0, and they're all first-round finishes. That is ridiculous. Not a single hint of adversity, Blake.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is it you're just so dominant that you didn't even get into that chance, or does that say something about the opponents in which you were matched up against?
That's a question to ask Isaac. I don't think.
I mean, we've watched what? I'm pretty sure we watched all 4 of those fights, and Isaac absolutely dominated.
Dismantled. And I think that's the great point, Blake, is because this guy, TJ Bad News Britain, that he's fighting at FAC 12, February 6th, Cable Dome Arena. Dana White's in the building. This guy's 7-2. This guy's a boxer. This guy is a real opponent, and he's going to give Isaac Dulgarian everything he wants. So if he does dominate and goes to 5-0,
that's a contract,
baby.
baby.
Give this guy the contract. The last 5-0 guy we saw in the UFC is Max Robkosh, and if you remember him, quit on the stool in his UFC debut. Second round against Austin Hubbard. Not saying this would be Isaac, but this is the last 5-0 guy we saw in the UFC. Quit on the stool. His coach was,
I remember.
Max,
you got to keep fighting. I can't do it. I'm done.
He said, call it.
He said, call it.
Call it. That's the last 5-0 guy we saw in the UFC. Isaac Dulgarian is built freaking different. He's going to, I mean, we're going to talk to both of them. We're going to talk to TJ. We're going to talk to Isaac on this podcast. And then Marshall Kemp, he's my local fighter of the year is what I'm getting at. But 4-0. Made it sound like it was Isaac. But no, Marshall Kemp. You start your career 4-0 in 2021. All 4
way
wins.
to honey dick everybody there. You think you're talking about Isaac Dulgarian? Nope, Marshall Kemp.
Nope. Well, so he's got a good matchup against Ken Beverly. I really like Ken Beverly. We got a couple scheduled fights. And then the main event of FAC 12, looking for a fight. Nyle Bartling versus Bubba Grant. Bubba Grant's been a local heavyweight beast for Kansas. What the hell's going on with you, Blake? What the shit, man?
Hey, man.
And then
been a long day.
Then we got Nyle Bartling, who, had a shotgun wound to his foot.
So Nyle Bartling was practicing. Probably, I don't really even know exactly what the scenario was.
I guess we got cameras now, so they won't show you like fucking yawning.
Yeah,
just put it
yeah.
on
Well,
me.
thanks for putting me on blast, guy. Now I'm yawning. Mike over there is probably doing a hell of a bang up job as producer.
It's true.
Said, "Oh, he's about to yawn." Flick the camera away. Nope, you got me.
Beautiful work.
Shout out to you, Michael Darcy. KC Sports Report. That's a plug right there.
Absolutely.
Nyle Bartling shot himself in the foot with a shotgun.
Double barrel shotgun.
Double battle. No, I couldn't tell you what kind of shotgun he had. It was probably Mossberg. Let's be honest.
Conor McGregor, you feel my right hand is a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah, well, this double barrel shotgun shot him right in the foot and was able to not only overcome the fact that his foot had a hole in it.
Oh, it's gone. His foot's gone.
No,
his toe's gone.
I was going to say, his foot is still there, Josh. This would be a very weird fight if his foot was not there. The bionic man in the ring. They wouldn't allow you in with titanium feet, would they?
Not if you're kicking somebody.
Not if you're kicking.
That's boxing. That's the weak sauce.
You can have a fake leg in boxing. You can't have a fake leg in MMA. You just pull it off mid-round. You start beating him with it. But no, missing a toe, but not missing any of his ground and pound, nasty knockout power. Woo. If anything, it's been multiplied, and now I think he should go by the name Shotgun because what a great story.
Nyle Shotgun Bartling.
Shotgun Bartling, baby. B cut dubbed Shotgun Bartling.
Yep. We would love to talk to Nyle. Just kind of a country boy, 28, wrestled at the University of Ohio State, and he's 6-0. And he's absolutely dominant. His last 3 fights coming off of the shotgun injury. Round 1, knockout. Round 1, rear naked choke. Round 1, knockout. Latest one being in 50 seconds of the first round. So,
of FAC 11, which we were sitting ringside for.
FAC
so
11, yep. So coming after the shotgun, he's gotten better because he's got 3 straight first round knockouts. And 1 submission. 2 knockouts, 1 submission. So
yeah,
he's looking good in there.
He's essentially like Thanos in the way he absorbed the shotgun power and then just now is unleashing it upon all of his opponents. Yeah,
you're talking about a guy who maybe thought he would never fight again at that point. Do a freak accident, whatever happened, and yeah, man, he's back, and he is the main event for Dana White. Dana White is literally there, you could say, for Nyle Bartling.
Dana White is there, weirdly enough, looking for a fight.
He's looking for Dana, or he's looking for his muse, Nyle Bartling. Yeah, and then you got Bubba Grant, his opponent, He's coming off 2 first-round knockouts as well. He's coming off of a win against Chris Beal and Trevor Wallace, 2 first-round knockouts. And those were both, one was in 2019, and then this past year in 2021 was the last we saw of Bubba Grant knockout in first round. So we'll see what he brings. He could bring a splash knockout. You know, you never know.
So let me ask.
You're 9-6. Dana White might give you the call, man.
He just might. He's been
Doesn't
very
matter.
generous lately. Generous Dana.